Welcome to Yes Boss, presented by Anagha Saju. Kerala is now rocked by the infamous gold smuggling scandal. Now, association with spying agency is also attributed to the incident. Let's listen to Dr. C.V. Anand Bose talk about crime in high places, particularly crime involving spying.
Crime in high places, particularly crime involving spying, is not very rare in contemporary history. The Australian Prime Minister Harold Holt was said to be a Chinese spy. A spy who used to leak secrets to China for money before he became politically important. He was forced to continue as a spy even after he became Prime Minister. Ultimately, when things reached a stage that the secret would be out, Holt went for a swim in the sea off Victoria Coast as pre-planned in a secret understanding with China. In his book, The Prime Minister Was a Spy, Anthony Gray disclosed that the Prime Minister boarded a waiting Chinese submarine which took him to China without anyone's knowledge. The famous West German Chancellor Willy Brandt was another world leader ensnared in espionage. Gunther Guillaume was one of the close advisors of Willy Brandt. He used to supply to East Germany on a regular basis secrets concerning NATO. When Guillaume was caught, it created havoc in world politics. Willy Brandt's political lifetime associate was caught. Yes, Willy Brandt's political life also came under threat. On December 15, 1975, the Düsseldorf court sentenced Guillaume to 13 years rigorous imprisonment. The American press and its reporter, Jack Anderson, had a more interesting fact to share with the public. According to him, Willy Brandt himself was a CIA spy. Besides, he was a double agent who used to supply secret documents to the Russian KGB. As was to be expected, the German government denied all these allegations, but why didn't Willy Brandt file a defamation suit against Jack Anderson? It is this that raises suspicion. There is no nation that does not fall in the espionage trap. Take the case of India. Yes, India. On January 16, 1985, Intelligence Bureau officials raided the house of a big industrialist. Two persons were having a drink in a room there. One was a liaison officer of the company, Kumar Narayan. The other was P. Gopalan, personal assistant to Dr. P.C. Alexander, who was principal secretary to the Prime Minister. This shed light on a spy ring extending to the office of the Prime Minister of India and the President of India. Many were arrested, including several bigwigs. P.C. Alexander's personal secretary, P.N. Kerr, S. Shankaran in the office of President Zail Singh, A.K. Malhotra and Uday Chand of the Prime Minister's office, officers of the Ministry of Finance and Defense, and officers of many departments that were privy to official secrets. As the saying goes, the thief was in the ship itself. Absolutely confidential defense secrets were leaked to the enemy through these people. They included the report sent to the Prime Minister by the then Chief of ISRO, Sri U.R. Rao, regarding INSAT satellite, and a secret document sent by the Defense Minister about a particular type of radar. It was alleged that many documents were passed to the enemy through Suresh, son of Jagjeevan Ram, who was then Defense Minister. He was Defense Minister for a long period. Surya magazine, under the editorship of Maneka Gandhi, revealed on January 22, 1979, that Pakistan could demolish or denigrate Raw because of the secrets passed on by Suresh, who came to know them from his father, who was the Defense Minister. Yes, memory is still fresh about the U-2 incident, which aggravated the Cold War in the 1960s. It was through this that the world came to know of the international spy network. Perhaps the U-2 incident could have sparked off even a world war. This was the incident which shed light on the machinations of the underworld of espionage. The U-2 aircraft, which carried on continuous surveillance on Russia, was a secret known only to the CIA. But in May 1960, the Russian army accurately shot down a U-2 aircraft of the United States that was flying at an altitude of 68,000 feet, hoodwinking the Russian radars. Russian Premier Nikita Khrushchev gave a stunning blow to American imperialism by exhibiting the captured American pilot Gary Powers. Incidentally, Russia came to know of the American U-2 misinformation mission from two men, Michel and Martin, in the American National Security Agency, who were spying for it. Yes, we have the example of Israel. The Israeli Mossad, they are experts in espionage. But the Russian KGB was able to permanently establish itself by the side of the Israeli Prime Minister Ben-Gurion, crossing all the hurdles created by Mossad. In 1960, Israel Beer, who was the principal military advisor to Ben-Gurion, was arrested in a Tel Aviv restaurant. At that time, he was talking in whispers to a Russian agent. He was caught red-handed. He had in his possession many confidential documents, including the official diary of the Prime Minister. Yes, would you believe if you are told there are spies who traded secrets for the sake of world peace? Klaus Emil Julius Foch, he was one such. He was a nuclear scientist. He gave the Russians the secret of atom bomb being made by America. It was his apprehension that if the know-how to make the atom bomb was with America alone, then the Americans could make the world dance to its tune. That influenced this innocent scientist for spying. He believed that if one more country could make the bomb, this would act as a deterrent. Therefore, he shared the secret of the atomic bomb with Russia. We see in the course of history and prehistory attempts being made by rulers to conquer the enemies through expert spying. Among those who utilized the services of spies to find out the secrets of enemies in war, one of them, the most competent among them, was a Roman soldier, Laelius. On instructions from the Roman general Scipio Africanus, he entered the Numidian camp with a peace offer. Once there, he cleverly provoked his horse, which started running helter-skelter. He ran after the horse in an apparent bid to rein it in. In the process, he learned much about the layout of the enemy camp, which came in handy for his army to win the war. At a time when espionage could be relied upon, spies conveyed to the palace what they had heard about the virtuous Sita without distorting the facts. And Sri Ram sent his beloved spouse to the jungle in deference to public opinion. Suppose Ram was a president of a republic now. The launderer who spoke ill of Ram's wife would fall into the hands of the secret police and just disappear. Otherwise, the secret service would spread the rumor, the disinformation, that the allegation was not about Sita but about Urmila. And the problem would be conveniently solved by banishing Urmila into the jungle. That is today's concept of spying, not in those days. Now, men in high places are not confined to crimes related to spying. There are any number of crimes which those in high places have done, and many of them have got in jail, some of them have been hanged. Take the case of Prime Minister Tojo of Japan. He was hanged for crime against humanity. And in China, yes, the chairman of the Chinese Communist Party, Liu Shaoqi and Shao Ziyang, they were jailed. Nearby Bangladesh, we have the instance of Khandakar Mushtaq Ahmad, once president, who was jailed. In Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was hanged. Benazir Bhutto was jailed on corruption charges. In Burma, present-day Myanmar, General Nevin was punished for treason. And of course, we have the notorious instance of the Panamanian dictator Noriega, who used military aircrafts for spying for the trading in narcotics. Estrada of Philippines, he was caught for corruption. And of course, we have the infamous dictator of Romania, Ceausescu, who was expelled. And Honecker of East Germany, he was also jailed. And we have Jacques Chirac, the iconic president of France, he was also jailed for corruption. And no time yet to forget the Italian funny president Berlusconi, who was jailed for fraud. Now the question is there any leader from Kerala who would like to be in the distinguished company of these people? If you are willing, please rush to them. The people are there to see that. In Latin, there is a proverb which means it is a consolation for the wretched to have companions in woe. Yes, the wretched leadership who are alleged by the people of Kerala of corruption, of sabotage, of crowdfunding for a massacre, and of course spying. If you are eager to join this lot, please do by all means. As Shakespeare said, misery makes strange bedfellows. As Jesus says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.